And we have a Fox Business alert for you. The IRS is now delaying its new tax reporting rule that targets Americans making more than $600 in transactions on third-party payment apps like Venmo or PayPal by 1 year. It's delayed. Joining me now is Kevin Hassett, former Council of Economic Advisors chair and author of The Drift, Stopping America's Slide to Socialism. And I guarantee it's one of Larry Kudlow's favorite books of all time on economics, Kevin. He's always hawking your book. You should pay him a premium on that. Now, this rule change, it looks like it was a step too far for the IRS to make. It was so dramatic in affecting the middle class that there was a popular revolt. And I guess, tell me how it works, but does the IRS get a phone call from the White House saying, pull this rule, or how did that happen?
They're not supposed to, but don't forget that, like, one of the big Democratic victories was giving the IRS all this money to hire 85,000 more people to go out and audit you. And they're basically saying, we're only going after Jeff Bezos and people like that. But of course, Jeff Bezos already has dozens of people on him. The old Venmo rule, like, get ready for this, was that if somebody gets $20,000 and they get that money from more than 200 people, then it plausibly is a business that's working on Venmo, and so then Venmo needs to report them to the IRS, and then the IRS checks out, is this a business that should be paying taxes? But if you, transfer $600 to your kid, did he mow the lawn, or is it just a gift? Wow. If he mowed the lawn, then maybe he's a business, but if it's a gift, then it's subject to, it's safe from the gift tax. So the point is, what the IRS is doing is buying the option to harass all Americans. And you can bet, if you go back and look at Lois Lerner and what the Democrats did the last time they controlled the IRS for political purposes, that it's going to be like Venmo red staters. You're going to be using Venmo to support some charity that helps, conservative causes, and then the IRS is going to be all over you, even if you only gave $600. And so they've postponed it for a year. The old rule works fine. There's no reason to change it unless you're going to use Venmo as a political cudgel, and that's their intent. And they got caught, and that's why they suspended it. But they're still going to try to sneak it in a year from now, because they definitely want this in place before the next election, right? I mean, because this is an election thing. Make no mistake. Right? Like, all the money that goes around when you're trying to help people with causes like, be nice to dogs or whatever, those things are little $400 or $500 checks. They're political contributions, and they're going to start calling those guys businesses and harassing them if they give to the organizations that the IRS doesn't like. That's their intent. The power of the IRS, again, I think most people are somewhat wary or afraid of the IRS, although they have good experiences. I got to give them credit. Sometimes people call and they come to an agreement over the phone. It's happened to me once, and it's happened to other people that I know, where they actually say, okay, you're right, we were wrong. So they can be reasonable, but they have this enormous power right now. How much more will that power grow as a result of having 87,000 more agents? Right. Well, it's going to grow a lot because they're going to be able to harass more people. And again, like the history of the Obama administration, IRS, the IRS that was last run by Democrats, is that they completely abused that power. And in fact, the person in charge of that political abuse, Lois Lerner, was held in contempt of Congress for that, right? And so we know their game plan. They were successful last time with it. They really did slow down a whole bunch of conservative causes. Like I remember they went after True the Vote. I don't know if you know that organization, but they were teaching people to be poll watchers so there couldn't be election fraud. And they held up contributions to them for like 2 years. And so now what they want to do is they want to multiply that power by a factor of 100 by going after people even at the $600 level. It's really Big Brother times 10, and I'm glad that it's delayed. But I bet you, I'll bet you $100 right now that but then they'll tax it, right? But I'll bet you $100 right now that next year, before election time, that they're doing this and that they're using it to harass.
Well, speaking of taxing, by the way, the other thing about this Omni bill is that it allows these rules to expire that helped the middle class, particularly small businesses, the R&D deductions that able to deduct that. You're going to have all kinds of provisions that remove that power that small businesses had to expand. I'm wondering if this is actually going to affect our economy.
Oh, it sure will. And you and I have been talking about this for a couple of years now, right?
Yes.
What the Democrats have been doing is they've been feeding demand and they've been attacking supply. So what does this omnibus do? It does the same thing that they've been doing. It's all sorts of new spending. And they're going after supply. They're letting the pro-business parts of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act expire, including the expensing of new capital equipment. So supply, by definition, is buying new machines, right? And they're making that more costly. And you know where that ends. Where it ends is if you feed demand and you tax supply, then you get more inflation.
Right.
And so anybody who thinks that the Fed is going to be able to lift interest rates enough this year to overcome these terrible policies is going to have a big negative surprise when they look at interest rates
and
next
by the
summer
way,
and look at what happens to equities.
We can't let the Republicans off the hook because a lot of them went along with this. They went along with the supersizing of the IRS. They went along. Maybe they had good rhetoric against it, but in the end, they voted for the bill that killed a lot of these provisions.
It's mind-numbing to me that they did that. And I don't know, did you see that Patriots game a couple games ago where they did the lateral on the last play and then the defensive lineman ran it in for a touchdown, right? Mitch McConnell's throwing that lateral right now, right? Like, so we got Republicans coming in, they're controlling the House. They get to cut spending a little bit and help us get inflation under control. And instead, they, lateral to the Democrats and then they run it in to win the game. But it's terrible because what it really means is that a policy success that could have happened, which would have cut spending and maintained the pro-supply parts of the tax code, isn't going to happen this year because they did that in the omnibus bill.
What's that about pulling defeat out of the jaws of victory? I mean, they after winning in the November, the House in November, they didn't use it at all. I mean, just the opposite. They helped.
They lateraled to Nancy Pelosi.
Exactly.
That's what they did.
Kevin, I hope we make it through 2023. I wish I had time to talk to you about what's going to happen then, but that's got to be it for now. Good to see you, Kevin. Have a wonderful new year.
Okay. Good to see you.